What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Okay, we're coming back to Nightwish. Yes, indeed, Nightwish Fans FEELIN YOU. Come on now. Here we go. This is a request from Home Gnome, and this is actually Home Gnome's prioritized request for the month of January for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So here you go, Home Gnome. I hope you enjoy the show, man. Home Gnome wanted to see me react to this song by Nightwish called Song of Myself. Now, have I heard the song before? No. To the best of my knowledge, I have not heard the song before. This does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard this song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I've heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This was posted by Walker8476 and the video has 15.4 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Nightwish, Song of Myself, live. Oh, cool. We have a live performance. Good. That's always a good thing in my book. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Ah, we're going back to the Vulcan. Yes, indeed.
In the cage, the deep breath I took still poisons my lungs. An old oak sheltering me from the blue, sunbathing on its dead frozen blues.
Okay, there's a lot of things happening here. All right, first of all, I'm just going to pre-frame everybody, and I'm going to let y'all know. Before I do it, I'm going to go all the way back to the beginning. Yeah, no, I don't care. Hey, look, it's my show. If I want to go back to the beginning, we're going to go back to the beginning. I have a very specific reason as to why, okay? I promise you. But before I do that, first of all, the first thing that I noticed is when the song kicked in, they started playing. I was trying to count in 4, and I couldn't because it was off. And I'm sitting there going, okay, where is it? Where's the beat? Where's the count? What time signature are we in? And I kept looking for it. And my gut told me initially 7/4. Now, maybe I started on 1 in the wrong place. But for some reason, it didn't add up. And I'm like, okay, well, it's not 7/4. Maybe it's 5. So I just tried 5. No, okay, let's try 6. No, 6 didn't work either. And I'm going through all these numbers. I'm trying to find it. And then once the drummer kicked in and started doing his accident hits, I was like, okay, now I have a 1. Now I have a downbeat. Now let's count. And sure enough, it's in 7/4. So that's cool. Tomas writing the arrangement the way he did with the accents where he was putting them constantly evolving and changing within that intro was really, really cool. That's what threw me off. I was like, where's 1? Because there was no drum. It was all Tomas. It was all him. And I'm sitting there going, where's 1? I can't count if I can't find 1. So kudos to Tomas for screwing me up. Good job, Tomas. Here's what I want to back up. Here's what I want to back up all the way to the beginning. I want you to watch and I want you to see what I see. And I want you to see how many people caught on to what caught my eye. Not ear, eyes. See if you see the same thing I see and see what catches your attention. If it catches your attention as much as it caught mine. Let's compare notes, shall we? Let's see. Let's see who's on my level here. Okay, let's see who has the same eyes I have. What caught your attention? What got your attention the most out of what we just saw in those first 54 seconds? Think about it. Think about it. I'll give you a couple of seconds. I'll give you a couple of seconds to think about it. Think about it. I already know what caught my eye. I want to see if you guys are on the same page as me. Okay, you got it? Okay. Let's compare notes. Was it all the spotlights on Tomas's keyboard? Was that what caught your attention? Okay, I mean, that definitely was an attention getter. I'm not going to lie. I did see it, but that's not what grabbed me. Okay, but it was definitely noteworthy. How about the pyro and the cryo? Is that what got your attention? Don't get me wrong, it was cool to see. Okay, it was cool to see that it works. It goes in sync with the accents. I got no issue with it, but that's still not what caught my eye. That's too easy. That's too simple. So, no. How about the movement and motion from Floor with her hands accenting, the hits? Did that catch your attention? Is that what caught your eye? I mean, it was eye-catching, I'm not going to lie, but it's not what caught my eye. How about the drummer? How about Yuka standing up and playing? And in between, motioning to the crowd with his sticks. Is that what caught your attention? If the answer is yes, congratulations, you're on my page. Good job. Good job. You're on my page. Yep, that's exactly what got my attention. I saw him stand. I was like, no. And he stayed standing the entire time. Now, could he have done those parts, what he played? Could he have done those exact same things sitting down? Yes, he could have. All it was simple kick drum and crash with chokes. So, simple choke, while hitting the kick at the same time. That's all he did. He could have done that sitting. He could have done it standing. He chose to stand and do it. Why? I can sum it up for you in one word. And I think those of you that are on my page already know the word. Do you know the word? Give you a hint. Starts with an S. Has 3 syllables. Showmanship. Hey, hey! I wish more drummers would do that. I wish more drummers would take those opportunities, especially when something as simple as cymbal choke with kick. You talk about simple. You could absolutely do that standing up. I'm so glad he did, because that is what caught my attention more than anything else. That was really, really cool to see. Let's keep going here.
Still locked in the cage. The deep breath I took still poisons my lungs. An old oak sheltering me from the blue. Sunbathing on its dead frozen blues.
Oh. Transition out of the 7/4 into 4. Very smooth, and they did it with that extra beat, almost like 8/4, coming out of the chorus going into this part. The measure prior went from 7/4 to, I mean, technically it could be 8/4, or it could have just been 2 measures of 4/4. Take your pick. But in either case, they set it up beautifully. And they went into now a straight ahead 4/4 feel. That is really smart. I like how they did that. They didn't just do it abruptly, end with 7/4 into 4/4. No, they actually used a setup, which was really, really smart. It makes the transition so much more pleasing to the ear. It really does. Let's keep going here. Ooh. Back to 7/4. That was interesting. Why'd they have Marco start with that glissando up, and then as soon as he hit the apex, Floor took over? Why didn't Floor just do it? Huh. Well, maybe it's the tone. I know Floor could probably hit the notes. I don't think the notes are the issue, but it might be a tonal thing. Maybe because they like his open tone for that. Oh, that maybe they like that sounding, the tone that he puts out. Maybe like the sound of it better than what Floor was doing. There's a lot of reasons why. I'm just curious to know what the reason could have been. So it sounded good though. It sounded really good. I like the layouts. I really am digging the layouts where they hit those points and they all just lay out, except for Tomas, who comes in with that really light keyboard part. Really cool. Very effective from a songwriting standpoint. I know people call Tomas the metal Mozart, and I agree with them to some extent. I don't know about Mozart. Maybe, I know people call the metal Mozart MM. I get it, but I'll be honest with you. I look at it more as like Wagner. honestly. I mean, I hearing the accents, all the accent work that he does, and his compositions, there's always all these big shifts in dynamics, which Wagner was notorious for. And all those accented hits, again, Wagner. If you look at, I mean, you could look at Fly of the Valkyries. I mean, you could look at that. You could look at La Forza del Destino. There's another great... Man, you talk about dynamics in a song that was composed by a composer. Man, that song is full of dynamics. But I mean, I see more Wagner in Thomas's approach to songwriting than Mozart, honestly. But I mean, Mozart, I get it. Metal, Mozart, I get it. And Mozart was a brilliant composer. Don't get me wrong. All I'm saying is, if you're talking about composer comparison, I hear more Wagner in Nightwish songs than I do Mozart. That's just me. I'm sure everyone's going to hear what they're going to hear. Me personally, I hear more Wagner, but that's just me. Anyway, let's keep going here. Ooh! Oh, we're going to a halftime feel. Okay. I was just about to say, right before they did that, I was going to pause. And I was going to say, it sounds really good, but it is a little redundant. I mean, it's exactly what they did in the first half so far. They did, the chorus, pre-chorus, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, verse, pre-chorus, chorus. I was like, I wonder if they're going to do some kind of a breakdown or a bridge like they normally do. And just as I was about to say it, they kicked into this halftime feel, which feels like it's going to be a bridge / breakdown. My guess is breakdown more than a bridge, but got me just before I was about to say it. So good on them. All right, let's hear this halftime feel breakdown. I want to hear this. Oh yeah, that nice big long stance from Empu. Yes. I love that big, long, wide, deep stance Empu had there, man. He was getting down. I loved that. I wish Marco would do that more often. I wish he would get a nice long... I mean, he's got the legs for him, man. He's got some long legs on him. It'd be nice to see him do that, too, but he'll never get as low as Empu, so I mean, that's obvious. As far as Floor, getting a nice, wide, long, deep stance, before you ask, take a look at what she's wearing. If she were to do that, she would be giving us a completely different kind of show, so I'm glad she's not doing that. Wrong venue, wrong type of show. I'm sure if she was wearing, like, pants, I'm sure I'm sure she would. As a matter of fact, I saw her do it when I saw her perform with Soilwork. When they did Let This River Flow. She did. There was some points where she had her legs apart and she was getting down low. She was getting down deep and headbanging. So she can do it. She can do it, if I remember correctly. Or maybe that was another venue, or maybe another show. I don't remember, but I know she can. But you have to look at what she's wearing, you know. There are limits, okay? So I get it. I absolutely get it. No, this is fun to listen to. That halftime breakdown, that was solid. Absolutely solid. Absolutely loved it. Very appropriate, not overly complicated, nothing crazy with time signature or a key signature change. So they kept it pretty simple. Just going to a halftime feel, nice breakdown. I can appreciate that. Let's keep going here. Time to come back out of it. This would be a good time if they're gonna come out. I don't know if they're gonna come out of the halftime or not. This would be the best place to do it. To go back into the straight time for, you know, chorus or maybe another verse. Or actually what I would do coming out of this, I wouldn't do another verse. I would skip verse. I would do another pre-chorus and another chorus. That's what I would do if it was me. I don't know if that's what's going to happen, but we'll see. Let's keep going here. I would, if I was going to go back, I mean, look, they may end with this halftime feel, and that's fine too. That's perfectly fine. All I'm saying is that if they're going to go back into the straight time where they were originally, this would be the place to do it. So let's see what happens. Maybe they're just going to stay in the halftime. Playing out on one. Ooh. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did she hit what I think she hit there? Hold on. Really nice. Really nice. I dug that. I absolutely dug the song, and I dug the performance to boot. I have some thoughts. I do have some thoughts. Let me gather my thoughts, and I'll see you in the review. We'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Nightwish with Song of Myself. This was a request from Home Gnome, and this was actually Home Gnome's prioritized request for the month of January for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So, there you go, Home Gnome. I hope you enjoyed the show, man. Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, this didn't really require a whole lot of thought, actually. I mean, I came up with this score pretty quick. I'm going to give that a 9.4. Yep, 9.4. I feel great about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Out of all of the Nightwish songs I've heard so far, now I haven't heard them all yet, but out of all the Nightwish songs I've heard so far, this might be well, okay. When it comes to feel, how the song feels, I would say this is top 3 for me. I will. I'll not necessarily so much from a songwriting standpoint or a composition standpoint or from an impressiveness standpoint, but from a feel standpoint, I think this is definitely top 3. This is right up there with Dark Chest of Wonder for me. It's not the most complex technical song that they've written, okay? But there were some technical things going on in there. I can appreciate and I did enjoy the contrast between 7/4 to 4/4. I did enjoy the switching, and I think the reason I liked the switching as much as I did, and the reason it felt so smooth, was when they were coming out of the 7/4, they would go into, before they actually went into the 4/4 section, they had a setup. They had a setup measure where the final measure of 7/4, I don't think it was 7/4. I believe it was either 8/4 or it was 2 measures of 4/4. I'm not sure which. My gut tells me, for the sake of simplicity for the songwriting process, my guess is they did the songwriting was probably said 8/4. That would be my guess. Otherwise, you're going to do a measure of 4/4 and then another measure of 4/4, and that can look a little confusing from a songwriting standpoint. Looking at sheet music, that could be a little, coming out of 7/4 and using that as a setup. To me, it would make more sense to write 8/4 if I was the one actually writing it. I would say 8/4 just for simplicity reasons. But because they did that, they made the transition into the 4/4. It didn't make the 4/4 sound so abrupt. That was very smooth, very slick songwriting and composition. So kudos to Tomas for that. Speaking of songwriting, all those uses of accents, and more importantly, accents in conjunction with dynamics, where you had those places where everybody would lay out or come way down. In Tomas's case, he was still playing. Everybody else laid out, but Tomas was still playing in a very, almost pianissimo level. And then you had those accents, those synchronized, syncopated accents, and really nicely done. And I know, like I said this during the reaction, people call him the metal Mozart. I get it, I get it. You know, it's a lot easier to say metal Mozart than it is to say metal Wagner or metal Chopin or metal Tchaikovsky. You know, I get it, but at the same time, I hear way more Wagner than I do Mozart in the music. I hear way more Wagner influences. And I was thinking about it. Tchaikovsky and Vivaldi, both. I mean, all three are very, very evident, but I lean more toward Wagner for him. I really do. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me and they're going to say they hear more of this composer, and that's fine. Listen, that's one of the beautiful things about music, man. That's one of the most beautiful things about arts in general, is everything is open to interpretation. So I'm sure other people are going to hear other composers. That's great. I'm glad you hear them. I'm just saying, me personally, I hear more Wagner than Mozart. And I'm not trying to discredit Mozart. Mozart was one of the most brilliant composers, especially since he wrote most of his phenomenal pieces and concertos and symphonies before he even hit the age of 15. So, I mean, the guy was absolutely a protege. Not a protege, a phenom. He was absolutely a phenom. Anyway, getting back to the song here. The feel on this song is what sold it for me more than anything else. And like I said, I'm not discrediting the songwriting. I was very impressed with the songwriting. The breakdown into the halftime, very, very smart. But that also all ties into the feel of the song. Nothing about the song felt awkward. Nothing about the song felt out of place. Everything flowed. Everything transitioned smoothly. No, from a feel standpoint, I would put this top 3 for me easily, right up there with Dark Chest of Wonder. Really dug this song, and along with Yours Is an Empty Hope, I would put that up in there too. Not so impressive from a songwriting standpoint, but from a feel standpoint, yes, absolutely. Now let's talk about the performance. Let's talk about the performers. I'm going to start in kind of a weird place, but I'm going to start here anyway. I'm going to start with Empu. I think he did a fantastic job, not just in playing, but in his showmanship as well. The nice, deep, long stances, I always dig that whenever he does that. He gets down low, he gets that intensity, the look on his face when he does it. It's all very entertaining. It's showmanship. Marco, I wish Marco would do that more often. I think I've seen him do it in the past, but he doesn't do it very often. I wish he would. It's more impressive for guys with long legs. When they do it, it looks more impressive. But, you know, maybe that's just not his style. That's fine. It's fine. But he did a great job nonetheless. His vocals sounded really good. Bass playing was solid as always. Everything he did sounded and looked really good. He was moving around the stage quite a bit. I can appreciate that. Tomas headbanging back there, rocking out. Love to see that. Putting on a great show. There you go. And of course, when he was playing, come on, it's Tomas. What are you gonna say? You know. The drummer Yuka. I'm gonna get to him now. Now, here's the thing with him. Very impressive. Watching it, I know this is gonna sound stupid, especially since the fact that I am literally gonna contradict myself with what I say. But very impressive, the fact he did something so simple as standing up. I know, right? A contradiction. But here's the thing: how many drummers do you know that would actually do that? How many drummers do you know would actually take the time and the effort to stand and play and hit the cymbal chokes with the kick while standing and interacting with the crowd with his sticks, pointing and swinging the sticks at the crowd? How many drummers do you know would actually take the time and the effort to do that? Or playing the exact same thing, would they just sit on their stool, kick the drum and hit the cymbal chokes, and that's all there is to it? You see what I mean? I know it's simple. How hard is it? You stand up. How difficult is that? It's not difficult at all, you know, but he did it. Most drummers won't. So it's impressive to see him do it. And it was fun. Adding to the what? The showmanship. Come on now. Now, as far as production goes, the use of the lighting, as always, very intelligent. One of the biggest things I give praise to this show for was the lighting. And I know they have lighting in every show they've done. I've seen it. But for some reason, the lighting that they did at Wacken always stands out to me. And people have told me who the lighting guy is. It wasn't Dale. I thought it might have been Dale. It wasn't Dale. But their lighting guy has apparently been with them for a long time. It shows. It really does. Because their lighting that they do always makes sense. There's never anything that seems to be random. Everything is done with purpose. Every color change has a reason. The accents and the use of the flashes lights and the changing in the light pattern always follows the music. And you don't get that unless you've been a light tech for a band for a long time with that particular band, to the point where you can design your light shows around the song and incorporate them as part of the show. So very cool. Nothing random. Same thing with the pyro and the cryo. The exact same thing. Everything is in sync and in tune and in cohesion with the song. Everything has a purpose, everything has a reason, and it all lines up. Now, lastly, Floor. Love this girl. I am absolutely loving this girl. The more I hear her, okay, there's just two aspects here. The more I hear her, the more I appreciate her as a vocalist. Okay, she's a phenomenal vocalist, don't get me wrong, okay? But I'm also going to say she is a phenomenal front woman. She really knows how to command the crowd. I've called her this in the past, a stage general, okay? And she really is a stage general. Watching her perform, watching her move around the stage was such a, for lack of a better word, such a swagger to her. I mean, the confidence and the charisma are literally dripping off of her. It's fantastic. She commands the crowd just by standing there. She exudes that much confidence, that much charisma, that much self-assuredness and confidence. I mean, she really does, and it's infectious. But she knows how to grab the crowd's attention. She is very entertaining to watch. The way that she was headbanging, didn't see her do any windmilling in this one. I saw a lot of the V headbanging, that stuff like I do, but I saw a lot of the V headbanging from her, which was really cool. As a lead singer, should you be taking a deep, wide stance? It depends if the rest of the band is. It does look good, the lead singer does. I will say, taking into consideration what she's wearing, really glad she didn't. Seriously, she'd be putting on a whole different kind of a show, and we're not going to talk about those kinds of shows because they're not family friendly. But, at the same time, I get it. I understand why she's not. I think I have seen her do wide stance before when she was wearing pants, so she's fully capable. I think part of her wants to, but she also knows what she's wearing, it's not going to work out too well. It's not going to end well, especially. So, I get it. I absolutely get it. No, I loved this song. I loved this performance. Everything about this band impresses me every single time I see them. I don't think I've seen a bad performance from them. Not a bad one. There have been some performances that have been better than others, obviously. But, look, you're not going to hit home runs every time you come up to plate. Sometimes you're going to hit a double. Sometimes you're going to hit a single. Sometimes you're going to hit a triple. Sometimes you get walked. Sometimes you get hit by a pitch. But the point is, you're always producing offensively. Always, and it's the same thing here with this band. Sometimes they hit a home run, sometimes they hit a double, sometimes they get walked, to first. Who cares how you get on base? I don't care how you get on base. I don't care if you get a hit or if you get walked or if you get hit by a pitch. As long as you get on first, that could help, lead to runs. And the same thing here with this band. It doesn't matter how they do it. They do it, and they've done it every single time. I have never seen this band strike out. I have never seen this band ground out. I have never seen this band pop up fly out. I've never seen any of these things with this band. They are always offensively producing, and that is what you want in a baseball team, and that's what you want in a band as well. So this is just another example of them doing a fantastic job. I would say with this song, I would say they hit a double. Stand-up double. I would give it to them. With a double play, sure. Not with a double play, but with a double. Absolutely. And they got it. They absolutely got it. So a 9.4 is where we are, and 9.4 is where we're going to stay. So, 9.4, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you did enjoy the show, and you would like to see more videos like this, feel free to join the fan base by clicking on that button down there. Yeah, you know the button I'm talking about. Click on that button, join the fan base, and become one of us. Now, for whatever reason, if you don't feel like clicking on that button, that's okay. I still respect you. Also, if you did enjoy the video, please feel free to give the video a thumbs up. It'll do me a world of good and it will do you absolutely no harm whatsoever. Finally, if you guys do join the fan base, you will find a bell down there that you can click on. By clicking on that bell, it'll keep you up to date on everything happening with this channel, including when new content gets dropped. So, if you want to stay in the know, click on the bell and you'll stay in the know. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Until next time, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.